Welcome to the Football Historian Podcast.
By all means, enjoy it.
He will go right to the very top.
Dos, tres, cuatro times.
Here we go, Germans.
I will turn these results round.
All right, that's good manners.
There's animosity, but there's no fight.
If you can't beat them, join them.
You make me feel sick if I look at you.
No, I want to fight here.
Don't drink, don't sleep with women, don't drive fast cars.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit too!
Hello, welcome to the Football Historian Podcast. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Fionn Viteza.
That'll do. That's good. That's very good, yeah.
And it's not your surname. You robbed it from a Romanian street sign.
Yes,
and it means speed.
It does, yes.
They've done my research.
There, look at that. There, yeah.
What else have you got to say about yourself?
Oh, no, it's, that was, robbed it just because, it was essentially a thing to stop people at work finding me and my various opinions that could get me sacked. As well, as I said this before, get this in nice and early. The jeans are minging because I've come straight from work. So you're not allowed to slag me off for that. And then that was it. Saw it on a road sign. That looks cool. Yeah, let's have that. That was it. Yeah, there we are.
And is your anonymity to remain? Is that your plan?
No, well, hopefully just so that I can't. Nobody and there's nothing worse than somebody at work knowing, seeing your social media stuff. I don't think knowing your opinions. Don't like that at all.
Okay, good. And then, if anyone is unaware, can you please just briefly explain who you are, and then we'll go into it fully.
Okay. Cultras podcast fella, the Barclaymen thing. May have seen that. Probably did. Probably off Sky though. On the Overlap, who keep having the same idea as we do, just a couple of days later. It's weird, isn't it? And Vulture Authority lead singer and writer and things that you probably won't have seen because that doesn't do as well. So talk shite and sing shite. That's basically me.
Good, yeah. That's
basically me.
First half, I'll ask you about the second half. We will go into that later. But we had James Allen on, which I was working out, I think. In terms
co-host.
Yeah. It says recordings. I think we've had 3 in between the two of you. So for anyone who hasn't seen that one as well, obviously you both do it together. And I said to him, he was a very apt guest, and I believe obviously you're the same in that it's the Football Historian Podcast. We want to talk about the more niche sides of what's come before in football. Yeah,
because that's our entire thing, isn't it? Sort of 2000s to 2015 footballers and this, not that it was. Yeah, this kind of standard nostalgia thing. Everything was better when we were growing up, basically. Yeah.
Which I think is what everyone says. But there's questions I'm going to come on to that will cover all of this, but we'll go straight in with the football history side.
I go on.
So first of all, the question I ask is, who do you support?
Middlesbrough, unfortunately. Yes. It's a long and painful existence. So it's sort of like misplaced glory support as well. So, my dad took me to, all my family's Irish. So, at Ireland, you get, choice of 4 teams. United, Liverpool, Everton if you're a bit weird, and Arsenal if your dad like Liam Brady. And then that's... So, the support... So, my dad took me to a few United games. I ended up being at, quite a few, famous ones, like the one where Keown missed the penalty. I remember being at that when I was, 4. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's last game. But basically the first team I ever saw beat United was Middlesbrough, so I went, well, they're clearly better. Stuck with it. Very bad decision.
Yeah, and here we are now.
Here we are now. Several season tickets and heartbreaks later, yeah. We're here still. So I don't know why I stuck with it as fervently as I did, but I did. Yeah. So.
Do you go to the game often?
You usually go with I used to have a season ticket when I was 16, 17. And I went up every week, which was mental, thinking about it. The joys of having no mates. Well, no, I did. I'm not James Allen. Sorry, James. Twice I've slagged you off. So used to go all the time, and still go all the time. Just after the COVID season, I was right, I'm going to go to as many aways as I can. And then, who did we have in that season? Warnock, I think. And then that put me, I was like, And then you start to question spending 150 quid a weekend here and it going to Coventry, having a terrible time. Yeah, I remember there was once as well, a very, very terrible time was Hull away, where 2-0 down inside the first 20 minutes. And we're next to the home fans. So there's a little group of 10-year-olds going mauled by the Tigers. And it's pissing down. Freezing cold. What am I doing here?
And so you're based in Manchester as well?
Yes.
So
yes.
how long does that take to get from...
So it's a good 2.5 hours, yeah.
And that's each way?
Yeah. Well, it's like 2.5 hours to Borough. Yeah. So I don't tend to go to away games, to go to home games very much. But yeah, so like, but then with the Championship, you've got Blackburn, Preston, where I went to a few weeks ago. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was better when we had Wigan. There used to be like Wigan, Burnley. When Burnley was shit as well, and you could beat them. Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like there's a good load of Lancashire, but like Wigan are down in League One now as well, so it's like need them to come back up, so it makes my life easier.
It's a bit of a rivalry. Yeah. So what's the best game that you've ever been to as a Borough fan?
There's a couple of really good. The best away I would probably say ever was, even though that Coventry won, because I met all the lads I go with now at that game, so that was probably one of them. Despite the result being shocking, but I ended up in a pub in Nuneaton, and I managed to jib the train from Birmingham to Nuneaton, which was fantastic. If anyone ever gets a train to Nuneaton, they have no ticket barriers, so get lucky. What was the So Charlton. I made my dad take me to Charlton away about 10 years ago. When I was about 14. That's longer than 10 years ago. 28 next week. That's worrying that I've just shocked myself. That's longer than 10 years ago, I know. The end of life is coming. Charlton, I remember a Blackburn Tuesday night when we beat them. One of the only times we were beaten, Lucas Jutkiewicz, unbelievable header. And then I'm thinking, there's plenty of games we've been to. Where's the Millwall away last year was quite good. I ended up going with Tom Nestor, who you might know of Instagram fame, because I went, you live in London, why don't you come with me? And he lives like the other side, like an hour away. But that was good fun, because we got to like abuse a child who was like, had curtain haircut. He was again near the stand. That out of context sounds bad. Yeah. She could have phrased that better, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
It's still true.
Yeah.
So, do you reckon being a Middlesbrough fan has fed into your appreciation of
shit footballers? Yes.
Well, I never said that, but I was going to skate around a bit nicer. But yeah, do you reckon that's what made you appreciate the weird, the wonderful side of football?
Yeah, I think Middlesbrough and gambling on stupid fucking South American football and stuff.
Yeah. I think that's a lyric of one of your songs I was reading. About betting on Uruguayan football.
Yeah, so. El Tanque Sicily. So shit, like they're one of a folklore story of like they had they were 1-0 down, 10 men in the 85th minute. The only team I needed, 10 men, 1-0 down. They won 2-1. What do you want from that? What do you want more? Do you want than that? Even?
Your team. She's not supposed to though, yeah.
But they no longer exist now. Okay. Which is a shame. Because they went into administration. Don't know where they are. They were, last time I checked on Transfermarkt, they were on like the Uruguayan 4th division, which can't be good.
They're on a comeback. Yeah.
Coming back up.
Right, well, a few questions I asked you to prepare if you wanted to.
I did. This was not that I've, yeah.
You're the first person to use the stand officially, so I'm watching. It's a lovely stand.
It's a lovely stand.
So could I have your top 5 Middlesbrough players of all time? Right. If you can do 5-1 to add some drama,
I've done it in a 5-1. I've done like my favourite. I've not done like best.
Yeah.
So this is all sort of a little bit of personal and then a little bit of objective. So for the player I've been most in love with like of recent times is George Friend. Because he was just he was beautiful. He was made me question my sexuality growing up. He was a very, very good looking boy. And signed for £100,000 from Doncaster. From like, very poshly well spoken from like Barnstaple or something. So it sounded really nice in interviews. And whereas if I hear that accent on the train, I usually hate it. And but anyway.
In your right back.
Get back down, yeah. But yeah, so and then there was when we got to the playoff final, I think it was against the first one, not the first one because it was our only one. The first and last one, we lost 2-0. There was somebody did a Gorgeous George thing to the soundtrack of to the cover of Isn't She Lovely? Isn't He Lovely? I think. Kane and Grain, I wrote it down. Right, go and listen to a tribute song from 11 years ago. But yeah, that was good. And there's a picture of like his last game, which was, I think it was during COVID for us, which is sad as well. Where it's like an Iniesta one, where he sat in the dugout just looking upon his domain for the last time. Very sad. Yeah.
Good player and a loyal servant.
Yeah, for like 10 years, for 100 grand, he was one of our best players. And then, like, it's one of them things that people were at the time when I think when there's a player that's been there for a long time at whatever club you support, and then people start to slag them off because they might be getting older and not be as good as they were. But it's like, right, I hate you now. I despise everything you stand for.
It's football, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. Number 4, because he was in my lockdown, my very famous lockdown football manager save that nobody other than me knows about, where Middlesbrough won everything. And my under-18s coach, Matty Bates, who I met in a pub, and I said, like, I met in a pub in Eaglescliff, and I said to him, like, my mate's dad came out and, you know what, Matty Bates is in there. Oh, okay. Out. I've got a conversation to have. Went and spoke to him. Was like, oh mate, I know this might be fucking bit weird, but we won everything together. You were there. You were part of the backroom staff, lad. And but then I was expecting him to just like go, all right, please go away, lunatic. And they went, all right, yeah, my wife nearly left me because I played him. She found me. He was saying she found him like downstairs at 5 a.m. on the sofa, going like this. Like, I think he said, I tried to take Colchester or something to the Champions League final. Oh, that's great. So just because of that, he's going in.
He's at number 4, yeah. Okay. And anything about his football ability?
No, not really. Just because of that. I had a pipe with him once. Mark Viduka, that is about football ability. That's a big lad up top, which I'm obviously biased in favour of. But yeah, he was a very like. Played for Leeds and Newcastle as well, which means he shouldn't which should act against him really. But he's that good, it doesn't. So
Modric's cousin as well. The famous fact about him, yeah.
No, he lives he runs a coffee shop in Zagreb now. I really want to go to it and just wait for him all day. His son's a rapper as well, an Instagram rapper.
What a life.
There you go. Yeah. Joey Viduka. I've listened to a few of his songs. There you go. Crack on.
Number 2,
George Boateng. Because I had a really nice number 7 blue shirt of his when I was like, I think that was the first time I went up to Middlesbrough. I was like 6 or 7. Yeah, bought the ball. I was like in the club shop, which was I thought was like a real fucking cathedral of football. You get not really, is it? Middlesbrough club shop on a Tuesday. But yeah, so yeah, Boateng just because I had his shirt. And then my favourite player of all time, bar none. The reason I support Middlesbrough because he scored against United that time. Joseph-Désiré job. And he liked Quit the Day Job, one of our songs, has the only job I'll ever love is Joseph-Désiré. Lyric in it, genius. Thank you. And he liked it because I tagged him in it and he liked it. So fucking come on. That'll do me. That's reason enough.
That's a good one. Yeah, there's some good players in there. I think maybe if we can file them under cult heroes would probably be the better way of describing.
I think all 5, maybe bar Viduka, because Viduka's definitely the best footballer on that list. But
people who take your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's what matters.
That's your top 5, however you want to answer it. Exactly. Yeah. Before we go to the next one, then, what do you think is? This is probably the most obvious answer that we'll get. What do you think is the best era of football?
Well, like the Barclays era. I think 2000 to 2015. But more so, to narrow it down to was like 2006 to 2013, 14, I'd say.
I'll be even more specific just because you're here. Is there a perfect season?
Oh, I think Leicester winning the league's good, obviously. That's very, very sort of in my remit, as you can see, with the 5 not very good footballers and chosen. But yeah, so Oh, I don't know. Because any season, like, just, I don't know. I know it is watching highlights back and going, this is not, this didn't. But it did seem to me that goals of the season now used to, like, a goal of the season now used to happen every week.
Yeah.
Would, you know what I mean? So it's like nobody takes shots anymore.
No Matty Taylors anymore.
No, like Ivan Campos. No, where are these players? Got no Nigel Quasis. Shocking.
That's what we're here today to discuss.
Exactly.
It's a public service announcement for you to come back, yeah. Right, okay, the next one is the top 5 non-Middlesbrough players of all time.
These are all also random players I'd like. The quality of football is a lot better, though.
Yeah.
Number 5, I put Lorenzo Insigne because he was little. He's very, like, I don't know. He was one of them last sort of like magical footballers for me. Like when it going, just picks it up, don't know what he's got to do with it. And again, signed him on Football Manager. Won things with him. So that's going to be a theme. 3 or 5 of it. Alex Fry, number 4, if you remember him from Dortmund and Switzerland and Basel fame.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
Is that right?
No,
I'm
he's
thinking of Collar.
Australia, you're thinking of.
Oh, sorry,
yeah, Collar's the Czech fella. Yeah, see, know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was the first player I ever fell in love with on FIFA when I was like 10. Who I didn't know. I'm like, oh, who's this? And then, yeah, I was like trying to blag my mum to take me to Switzerland. I want to go to Switzerland because I like Alex Fry, which is a bit, looking back, quite autistic. But yeah, so that he's going in for that. And then so number 3, we're getting into serious heroes now. Georgi Kavilataya on the aforementioned Football Manager save. Georgian footballer, 6'4", got hair like mine, and well, so this broke Shearer's record, 306 Premier League goals for my Middlesbrough team. So that's why he's going in.
That speak for themselves.
That speak for themselves. Number 2 would be Nemanja Gdej of Serbia. There we go. Got that on there. And that's because I went to the same hair transplant clinic as he did in Turkey. Because his went so well, and I went, I'll have some of that. So thank you, Nemanja. You're the reason I'm no longer bald.
But actually, hair transplant.
Yeah.
That's fantastic hair transplant.
There you go. Dr. Cynic, there you go. A free advert.
And you no longer are one.
And number 1, it was a goalkeeper, currently plays for Catanzaro in Serie B. Not a very good player. Mirko the Pig Piliacelli, because again, this was FIFA, so it was a bit before, but Champions League final, 2-0 down against Bayern Munich. 2-1, Lorenzo Insigne, aforementioned, scored a free kick. So it's last minute, we've got all-out attack, put the keeper up for a corner, Mirko Piliacelli, bang, 2-2. That Bayern take the lead again in extra time, 3-2. Wow. Gutted, all-out attack again, corner again, Piliacelli, come on. So his name is spelt P-I-G, Liacelli, hence the pig. And then he saved the winning penalty on penalties. So, and then I chanted pig, pig, pig at the telly. And there we go. Mirko the Pig Piliacelli, the greatest player of all time. Hey up, 24 hours later, Football Historian podcast record done. And I've just realised that I've made a glaring omission when talking about all my Football Manager players. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, the numero uno, the Champions League winning goal scorer for Middlesbrough. I discovered him in 2018 and he was 17, playing for FC Rustavi as Dinamo Tbilisi. Nobody else can say that, can they? No, I discovered him first. Verified by Georgian Footy on Twitter that I was the first man outside of Georgia to know who he was. Greatest player of his generation, discovered by me. Have that.
You've told me there that Joseph-Désiré Jobs aware of your love for him. Is the pig aware?
I've sent him messages. I think he likes to because every time he puts his like highlight reels on Instagram, and I usually put it on a story like goat. And I think I'm probably the only person that does that. So he must have seen it.
He's at least aware of who you are.
Yeah, he must be.
Probably
must be.
confused at the very least.
Very confused, probably.
It's always nice to have a fan, though. I thought it's well placed, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. But I think that must happen for so many, like especially with Football Manager and FIFA and whatever now. Like there must be so many players that have like in the middle of like. So I've got a quest to see all my Champions League winning team from lockdown. I've just got a quest to see them all live. I've seen most of them. I've seen about 8 or 9 of them live because there's a few play for Middlesbrough, a few play in England, whatever. And then a couple of Georgians that I've seen in, which we'll get to. And then, like the hardest one is Jalil Elias, who plays in Argentina and he's now on loan at some club in Malaysia. How am I going to get to see him? That's not going to be possible, is it? So, yeah, bit
the will is away, don't worry.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Let's put the message out now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Someone pay for me to go to Malaysia to watch Johor FC.
Okay, fair enough. Right, the next thing I'm going to ask you is an all-time five-a-side team. Could you please tell me they are?
I put some actual good players in.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, I didn't take the piss on this one. So I put Lev Yashin in net.
Nice.
Standard. Okay, and Soviet Union. Why not? If I'm biased in favour of that, so I thought we'd go with a one at the back formation. It's five-a-side.
Yep.
Maldini. Stick Maldini at the back.
Yep.
Can't go wrong there. Zidane midfield.
Nice.
Can't go wrong. These are all sort of players that are like just do something like. That's the Messi Ronaldo thing, right? Which is obviously an annoying debate that will,
go on to.
Yeah.
Apologies.
No worries. But players like especially someone like Haaland, then like just dead robotic, yeah, he scores loads of goals, but doesn't make you feel anything, does he? Whereas Diego Maradona makes you feel things, so he's going in.
Yeah.
And then because I put Maradona in, I thought we've not got a lot of height in this team. The goalkeeper's 5'9". I'm dead, but still. We're sticking Carnu up top. He's got good feet for a big lad, so he'll do.
Massive feet as well, hasn't he? Like huge. I think like size 12 or bigger. I think
it's like size
14.
17. I'm 13. So,
are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
so yeah. They used to say that about me in the Northbury Junior Football League. Good feet for a big man. So.
Cardiff.
Yeah.
One of them suddenly just got injured, and you need a super sub. Who are you bringing on?
Oh, that's a good question.
Catch you off guard with this one.
Who am I sticking on? Who's actually good? Again, we'll go for carry on for players that make you feel something. Ronaldinho, stick him in somewhere.
Nice.
Not good if Lev Yashin's injured, but.
It's all right. Okay, right. Now we're going to go into the debate.
The debate.
Ooh.
This is the bit where we settle the biggest debates in football history.
Okay.
So I keep a track of the answers in hope of getting an ultimate answer.
Right.
And I'm interested in your approach on these because of where this is based. I get a lot of Liverpool fans in.
Oh, yeah.
So the first one has quite a heavy, gets weighed heavily on one side. I'm sure you'll guess who it'll be. So I'm interested for your perspective on Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, and in which order.
Oh, well, I think, yeah, I can see where the bias is. I think I'm going to put Gerrard at the bottom. Sorry, not that any bias, but like in terms of stuff won. Yeah, he won the Champions League, but other than that, one fuck all. I'm sorry. Whereas Frank Lampard and Scholes won everything else. So, yeah. I think it's like I don't know. It depends what. I think Scholes was a better player, but Lampard was more like. Well, Lampard scored more than he did, So I think you've got to go. I think I prefer to go for a pint with Scholes. But I think Scholes I think Lampard number one, Scholes, Gerrard, yeah.
That's good. Thank you. Yeah. I like it. Next up is Pele or Maradona.
Maradona, it's easy. Yeah, Pele's fake playing in if you look, I've seen loads of clips now coming up where 60s football and stuff. Just most of the time, someone's going, "Oh, I'll defend this, shall I?" Yeah. So I think obviously you have to judge it by its time. But I think if you put Pele in even the 80s, he wouldn't do as well as Maradona did. So yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
I heard the next one is Messi or Ronaldo.
Messi, easy.
Really
There we
easy.
go.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's like robotic, and I think you'd only say Ronaldo if you're a United fan. I think that's the only reason. You would say that.
I've had non-United fans say Ronaldo, but
Really?
Messi is winning quite comfortably.
Yeah, Messi easily, and obviously dragged Argentina to that World Cup as well. Didn't he? I know Ronaldo did the Euros, but there's the difference being Argentina won that on merit, and Portugal fluked it 5. We didn't win a game, and when they won that, so yeah, fuck off, Ronaldo. No.
Next one is goalkeepers: Buffon, Casillas, and Neuer. Can you put them in order?
I'd say Neuer at the bottom because he's made loads of mistakes. Think of when Germany went out, South Korea, halfway, all that, and then like the amount, because of the way he plays, like and the high profile mistakes he's made, probably more successful than Casillas, sort of, in the long run. Because but Bayern Munich won the league for 15 years against Bratwurst farmers, so it doesn't count. But yeah, so Neuer at the bottom, Casillas second, because class, but not because he was like just 6 foot, wasn't he? I want my keepers a bit taller than that. And I don't think he's too short. But there was times where Buffon would have saved what Casillas got done for. So I'm having Buffon, and he's one of the sexiest men alive, isn't he?
Which always helps.
Yeah. You
Crackle of George Brand about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't, even as a straight man, you can't look at Gianluigi Buffon and go, you can't tell me you wouldn't. I don't believe you. I have a few pints. You can't tell me you wouldn't.
The next one, again, I'm interested in your perspective on this. I've only had one answer to this question so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's Salah or Hazard.
Oh, Salah, easy. Yeah, that's easy.
I agree with that as well.
Yeah,
But I just think there are some people who
Hazard was
Hazard
was a YouTube clip player.
Yeah.
It was like if you put all this stuff together, it was, but like the amount of times when he'd be playing for Chelsea and even Belgium just go missing for most of the game.
Yeah.
Salah, easy. Yeah, easy.
If Messi and Ronaldo are the best players of the last 10, 15 years, who is third best behind them?
That's a very good question. You probably, I don't know. You'd have to, but maybe like, that's enough. You probably have to start, because you think of how old Salah is now. You probably Salah's in there. He's in with a shout, definitely. Yeah. De Bruyne is definitely in with a shout. Try not to just do Englishmen. English league, obviously not Englishman. Yeah. The famous English surname, De Bruyne. That is a good question.
We've had like Neymar, Suarez, Bale, Modric, stuff like that.
Modric. Yeah, Modric. Yeah, you got. Yeah, I have to see. Yeah, Luka Modric. Yeah, because it was. For the longevity as well, and he's still going. His last 20 years, really, Modric, isn't it? If you think about it, he played at 5 Euros.
He scored an absolute the other week.
Yeah.
What is he? 37 or
he's like 40. He's 40, I think.
Or is he? Oh, that's okay, fair enough. Well, he's doing all right.
Like that,
yeah, he's old.
And he's Mark Viduka's cousin. Yeah. So there you go. He's going in.
Yeah.
Bit of a callback there.
we listen at home, yeah. Right, for this question, I need to know what country you would like to represent. So you can represent whoever you like. Who would you like to play for internationally?
Well, right, we'll go Ireland then.
Okay.
We'll go Ireland.
So, would you rather win the World Cup with Ireland or win the Premier League with Middlesbrough?
No.
As captain of both?
Depends. If it's an Ireland-England final, Ireland will win the World Cup against England, definitely. But I think I don't trust the men around me. Because that's the great thing about having it in 2030, and I think 2030 Euros is like England and Ireland. Yeah, so that's the only time I'm going to qualify for it.
You're in that one, yeah.
Realistically. So we'll have Borough in the Premier League. Yeah. Even in this scenario, it's not the more realistic one.
Okay, good. The last couple of debate type questions. Who is the most underrated player of all time?
Underrated. I wrote that down. I'll just scroll down for it. Yakubu is the most underrated player ever. If you put prime Yakubu playing for Everton or Borough or Portsmouth, if you put him in United's team at that time, obviously they won everything anyway. But if you put him in Chelsea's team or whatever, like he was Yakubu, I'm gonna do like a Rory Jennings. Yakubu was as good as Drogba. Have that for controversy.
Clip that.
Well, yeah, clip that and put it out. But yeah, Yakubu was like, I don't know, like that was the thing of like Barclaymen things as well. Like players like Hugo Rodallega and like just these world class, but like extremely good players who played for lesser clubs. Like if you look at, I don't know, a Fulham now, have they got someone as good as Yakubu in the team now? Or someone like that? I don't think so.
A while now.
Yeah,
they're probably Anthony Robinson's probably their best player, but he's not like.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, like you'd have like so who played for? I nearly said Danny Murphy. He's not that good. But like I think of
like a Sultan Gira for them or something.
Like Bournemouth are doing really well. Who've they got? Yeah. They've not really got any like standout.
Yeah, not like you don't get excited about them.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they pull sign him in the summer.
Well, yeah. No, he's a good player, Kirk. Because is it like anyone from any. You always need an Eastern European psychopath in your team. Like Mo Besic was one of my favourite players of the last 10 years for Borough. I remember, was it? I think it was, but I can't remember what game it was. But he got booked and he got given a foul, and then he picked the ball up in front of the referee and threw it in his own face. Great. Why have you done that?
That's what you need.
And I met again another story. Sorry, I met him in Tesco bread aisle in Altrincham at midnight once. Don't know why. Don't know why he was there.
Was he headbutting the locals as well? Don't know. Okay, well, Yakubu is the most underrated player of all time.
Yeah.
Who's the most overrated?
I've looked in my notes. I was doing this before. This was the one I forgot to do, and I've forgotten to write it in. So, I don't know. I've decided. I'm gonna go for, and I think I don't know if. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway. Rory Jennings again. David Beckham, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We haven't had him before, but yeah, go.
But like, I think it's probably because of branding stuff and like stuff. He was very good, to be fair. But like the level,
yeah,
of like the, do you know what I mean? Fame stuff, and like it wasn't that good for Real Madrid. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, we've had Messi and Pele mentioned in the most overrated players. In that they're not as good as people say they are. So you can still be very, very good.
Oh yeah,
and be overrated. So I'm saying like I'm trying to defend your Beckham before.
I've some people give you all the medals. Give me a lot of abuse. Yeah. You can abuse me for that because I've just thought of it just now. So I will probably back down in the comments.
Sorry, just straight away. Sorry. Okay, great. Well, the last couple of questions of these debates before we talk more about yourself is who is the greatest manager of all time?
Oh, I've got one here that I tried to be clever with. Again, I was thinking, like I was trying to think of a bit outside the box for like the greatest feat of a manager's accomplished. And I thought, well, I can't say Ranieri because he's been objectively shite at a lot of clubs. So I'm not going to say Ranieri, but so the next one I thought of like the best achievement of any like one like is Greece 04. So I'm sticking Otto Rehhagel in. There you go. Nobody else will say that. There we are.
Who will not say that? It's a good shout though.
Because I think he won the Bundesliga as well at some point, and just to get a Greek team with absolutely nobody in it to win the Euros, fair play. I'm having that, yeah. So that's the greatest accomplishment. So, because otherwise you'd be like, you can't say Pep Guardiola because he inherited 3 treble-winning teams. Well, not City, but with infinite money.
Yeah.
And then probably you have to say Alex Ferguson, logically, but I don't want to be logical, so it's boring.
That's great.
And yeah, and then yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last one is who's the greatest team of all time. So it's not like a 1 to 11. It's a team that existed.
The team, yeah. I was trying to think that again because then I was trying to make it unperverted by money, right? So I was going international again. So I was going between. I look at all the last few World Cup winning teams. Like Argentina's one is pretty shit, really. If you look at it, other than Messi, and then. You go back, but then I got to Italy 06. You look at that team, every fucking player is unbelievable. Buffon, Cannavaro, Nesta Maldini, Del Piero, Luca, Tony, Totti, fucking all over the gaff.
That's your team.
That's my team. Italy
One of the
06.
person said that. Do you know who it is?
No.
James Allen.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
there you go.
You're giving him grief and you got the same
Oh,
grade.
well, actually, we were shit.
And that's good though. Literally, as you record this, we're recording this live. It's literally just about to come off the episode, so there's no way you could have known that either.
No,
so that's
yeah.
it. He just like, what is it?
I'm trying to think. Did he tell?
and Keegan. That's what he said.
Yeah, I know. So there you go. That's not the coordination, but
That's sponsored by Culture.
yeah, sponsored by Cultras and Italy 06. Yeah. So
Right,
yeah.
great. Well, that's the end of the debate. So we're going to talk about more about you and your football side and stuff like that. So we'll go straight into it. You've done a bit of travelling.
I have done a bit of travelling.
I saw, well, it was from, I think 2 years ago, you said you've been to 45 countries. I don't want to incorrectly say 45.
It's 50. It's 55 or 56, but I've counted a couple, like Transnistria, that is not officially UN recognised, but should be. So,
but it's Fionn recognised country, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So. It's where Sheriff Tiraspol is, you know, the breakaway bit of Moldova. So.
Oh, God, yeah. Famously, I know that.
Famously,
yeah. So I was asking you, whenever I go on holiday, my missus hates me because I find the nearest football stadium and we do a stadium tour. She's now turned into, I'll have a nap while you go and find the nearest, which I think is probably best for everyone. Although we have broken into a couple of stadiums when the doors are open, so I'm sure you would have had these experiences and all that.
Oh,
so tell me as many as you want, but like what are maybe the most impressive, the most random, the worst stadiums, stuff like that.
Ooh, okay, so when we got off... We got off a bus in Albania, in Tirana, in Skoda, sorry. And the hotel was called Hotel Vlasnia, and I went, oh, that's the same name as the football team. Put it in Google Maps when we got off the bus, and accidentally, in 35-degree heat, walked quite out the way with a not very happy woman. Who, when we got there, she went, this doesn't look like a hotel. It definitely is, and it wasn't. It was the ground because I put the wrong thing in. So we walked
put the wrong thing in.
Yeah, by accident. So we walked to the thing. So that was funny.
Was the crowd nice?
No, it was. There was just an empty, like it was like a Wednesday, but there was had a little some fellas just like in a little cafe. So they gave us some food. So fair play to them. So KF last year. That's one. Went to Vojvodina versus Partizan game years ago. That was like the maddest atmosphere I think of it. There was only like 3 to 5,000 people there. It sounded like 60 though. Mental. That was class. And then Sheriff Tiraspol went in there. Got a stadium tour at Željezničar Sarajevo, which was because we went on like this little bus tour thing, and then I said to the guys like, I wanted to go to like did Željezničar have like a club shop, and he went, no, Sarajevo do. I don't want to go see them because Željezničar means railway worker, and that's cooler, and the fans are called the Maniacs. I want to go see them. And he went, oh, but my brother works there at the shop. Oh, right, okay, works at the club. So then he let us in and like let us around like the press conference bit. And I've got a picture of me sat there on the press conferencey thing, and then showed us like all these things and then there's one of like the Edin Dzeko's first sign-up sheet from when he's like 10 years old in there. Yeah, mental, absolutely mad. And then been to see like football in Estonia. That's probably the worst game, yeah, by far. Like this is like the Estonian Premier League. Like, this is watching fucking Sunday League. These are shite. I couldn't play in this team. Yeah, the Levadia Tallinn, they weren't good. They were, I think it was like they were playing bottom of the league as well, but both teams are absolutely dreadful. And then there's other places. We tried to go in Belarus to the football, but for some reason it started like really badly raining. So like an hour before the game, they moved it 2 hours away. So they moved it like to a stadium 2 hours away, which is like the only one that had like an AstroTurf or whatever. Mental. Wow, that's nice. I didn't get to go there, but
I've found on some of the stadiums I've been to, and that it's the smaller ones that aren't that good that end up being the best, where the people are like happy that you've come to look at them and they were like open up. Because I went to Portugal and then I went to Boa Vista's grounds, which aren't even that small of a team, and I was like, how'd you like get a stadium tour? And they're like, what do you mean? And I was like I've been to Porto or whatever, like, can I pay for one? And they were like, do you want to just come in? And I was like, yeah. So they just open it and I walk you through, and like I think I had the same in Poland as well. Where did we go? Krakow was are they the blue and red one? The stripe?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I went in with some security guards who was so confused. I was just like, can I see the pitch? And he was like, if you want to, like, unlocked all the doors, let me through. And then I was like, it's just mad at it. But then you go to like Real Madrid and you're queuing up and you get an audio guard and going through. So like, it's not the same, but then their grounds are amazing. So do you like the weird niche
I
ones?
like the weird shit ones, yeah. Funnily enough, it reminded me with Krakow. There's like there's a third team in Krakow who play in brown called Garbania Krakow, where my mate sent me a tweet a while ago saying they might be going out of business, and I've not followed up on it, so they might not exist anymore. But they had like, it was down the back of this, like it was like a university / college sixth form pitch. Walked in, there's just a guy selling scarves and a guy with a massive thing of sausages. Like, this is the best ground I've ever been in. And like, it was so foggy you couldn't see the other side of the pitch. Great day. Fantastic
I hope you left
football.
with one of each.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. I've now got a scarf at home that I can't. I don't want to take out the house because there's no way of replacing that ever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've got scarves in every stadium I've been to. I don't know where to put them in here. I need to put.
Oh yeah,
if there's ever a place to put them, it is in this room.
Definitely.
I'll get that coming soon. Was your granddad in the Cuban Revolution?
No, he wasn't in it. He was but what he left me grandma a note on. So my mum was born in 1963, so he left me grandma a note on the kitchen table when she when she was like 1. So 1964. They just went, I've gone to join the Cuban Revolution. Don't know, I'll be back. See you later. And then he turned up 3 years later, asking for his tea. Just went, I've been gone 3 years. How's it going? So interesting fella, big granddad. And then so he just fucked off to Cuba, but then came back because he couldn't learn Spanish. But he did meet Fidel Castro while he was there. So there you go.
Man of his word.
Yeah, man of his word. So, shook his hand once at some do in Havana, he said. And he went, they were taking pictures, but I didn't want to get one. Oh, nice one for that. So now I look like Jay Cartwright every time I tell this story. But yeah.
Okay, so someone who's been to many countries, do you reckon that is maybe where your adventurous spirit came from?
Possibly, yeah. I would say possibly, yeah, because he was, a bit of a nutcase for Grandad, basically. Yeah.
Did he come back with any Cuban football scarves?
No. It wasn't that way. My Grandad was a bit weird because he was born in Wigan. But like,
that's why
yeah, obviously. But like, he didn't really have a team, my granddad. Although, like, in later, when I was growing up, he always wanted to watch match of the day for Liverpool. So, but like, because he said he liked Steven Gerrard, but he never really had. Yeah, so yeah, odd really.
I'm not against that side of it. Yeah. Middlesbrough. Let's talk a bit more about them. I've had a Newcastle fan on. Don't be offended by this. When you think of the North East, you think of Newcastle. The rivalry is Newcastle Sunderland. Where are Middlesbrough in that? Are they third, or do they care about who do you hate more? Stuff like that?
I dislike Newcastle more, really. But even though I think I don't know. I think of the lads I know would probably say Sunderland, but there's a sort of we don't care about you. But then when it's like I don't know. I think of a sort of applicable equivalent, like I don't. That's very hard, really. Like so, maybe like a Midlands team. Like I don't know, like maybe like Villa and West Brom or something.
Yeah.
Like where they say, "Oh, we don't care about you," but then when you actually play each other, you do.
It's a big game, yeah.
Yeah. So I think like they are because I'm a bit. I'm not a very good person to speak on it because like, I'm not from there. So
yeah.
And it's like. I know I've always hated Newcastle, and that's before they tried to ruin me poll. So I've always disliked Newcastle, but I've never liked Sunderland for obvious reasons. But to me, it doesn't really, not like it's like because I'm not from there. I've not grown up with having them all around me. I think it's like I think you hate whoever. Like I think everybody who wasn't a United fan in Manchester at the time where you grew up was like, will hate United with a passion forever.
Yeah.
Just 'cause it's like it sort of used to be before money. Like everybody's second team was City, so but then that put paid to that. But yeah, I've gone way off topic there. But yeah, I just think I think we are probably firmly third, but I'm also trying not to get glassed next time I see them. So yeah, please don't hurt me. But yeah, I'm not the best ambassador for that.
Yeah, for the local yeah. What is the glory days or the glory era of Middlesbrough?
Oh, they're easy. From but definitely, Carling Cup 04. And then, so that's that bit where. So the first years I remember supporting Borough, we won a fucking trophy. We were in Europe consecutive years and then got to a European final. I thought, this is it. This is fucking it. This wasn't. So yeah, so they're definitely like them. The last 4 years we sort of had before the season we went down. Like the last years of McLaren before he fucked off to England. And like in retrospect, if he'd have stayed, he would have had maybe, I don't know. But he obviously couldn't turn the England job down. So. Yeah.
And she was on that team. Is that Macaroni? Is that right?
Yeah, Macaroni.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like he should be on that list really, but like I just
like
had
Southgate and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we had Schwarzer in net. Like Kadru, Abel Xavier. Who else did we have? Chris Riggett, Stewie Downing, Mendieta, Doriver, one of the most underrated Premier League players of all time. I think Juninho's gone by. Gone after the Carling Cup, but he's not in the later UEFA Cup run stuff. But yeah, so the turn like we ended up with went in the Stour game where we come back 4-2. It's great. Anybody who does, if you've obviously no negative opinions towards Middlesbrough, it's a great watch for the Basel and the Stour comebacks and when we had to score 4 and we did. And so McLaren's this proper 2006 tactics, right? Stick them all up top. They're playing with a front 4 of Yakubu, Viduka, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Massimo Macaroni. Come on.
That's got goals written all over it. Yeah.
Proper strike force that.
And I was want to talk as well about Cultras,
like Ultras, but with a slight.
I watched the first episode and you were the
Culture Ultras, yeah. But then we got told to. Then we had a thing of like we told ourselves, yeah, it's probably a good idea, yeah, to get to like it's like the Facebook, and then so get rid of this bit. So yeah, it's just like cults and ultras, but like it's caused problems because Patreon won't let you have cult in it for some reason. Well, for obvious reasons, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, culture_ultras on Patreon. What a plug that was. Only £1. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, Cultras. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all man's pounds, well, yeah. For £2, look what you can get. So you talk about the niche side of football. I have to talk about Barclaysmen.
Oh yes.
In that, I think people don't even know that you came up with it.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true? Because it was massive and like it became like the name that people used for a while, and it's it's still relatively new in it. But like, do you think you've got the credit for what you've done?
Yeah, I think we got enough credit. We're not financial, definitely not financial. But yeah, because there's some little prick Sky executive making moves who's making 60 grand a year, going, oh, I'll come up with this. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so look, we're in like. We got a New York Times Athletic, so, you know, and we've credited there. We're credited in a few of the others. And Sky Bet and Sky Sports robbed us a little bit. But Sky Sports did credit us on Instagram, though. So, fair play. Sky Bet can fuck off. Yeah, so we got, I think we, yeah. And then it obviously can't, like, it's not really a thing you can't go, right, we claim, because we didn't come up with the term Barclays and we didn't come up, like, because that was, That was definitely that was more of a McMoomins thing. Danny McMoomins on Twitter.
Yeah.
Mooms, he's a pioneer of that.
But
it was
that like it's so Barkley stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you've obviously
but we added the Zman. Well,
Yeah.
I came up with the Zman.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
yeah, fuck off.
So just again for maybe people who aren't aware of it, it's you just celebrating. What is a Barclaysman? That's pretty easier.
Yeah. So like not. So it's not that a lot of people say that it can't not from a good team. Wrong. Dimitar. He can't be a good player. Wrong. Dimitar Berbatov smoked 20 a day. Barclaysman. Sort of like a bit of character, and not like an elite sort of like. See, right. So Haaland, right? If you saw if Instagram existed 20 years ago, Dimitar Berbatov would not be going, "I'm in the sauna." He'd be going, "I'm in the fucking." I'm having a barbecue at home and I'm having a cig. Fuck off. So, like, just a bit of character, or, like, maybe they were a bit shit, but they were all right at the same time. Like, or like players like Jussi not saying Jussi Askelainen shite, but, like, players who played for fucking years and were just, like, used to be the best keepers played at the worst teams. Friedel, Askelainen, Schwarzer. Yeah. And then I think it got ruined when Van der Sar went from Fulham to United, because Fulham was shit and they had Van der Sar as one of the best kids, and then the United ruined it as they ruined everything. But yeah, so it's like a Barclaysman is someone with a bit of character. Maybe they like to drink and drive. Maybe they would just but just a bit of not saying drinking, not condoning drinking and driving, but just like somebody a footballer who wasn't like an elite robot who you could go for who you felt like was a good player, made you feel something, used to have a shot from a way out, and there's a lot of things that go into it. Like someone like it can be as varied as I don't know Olivier Tebele to Hugo Rodallega, or you get the idea. Yeah. I think 99% of people like intuitively got it.
It's the 4 a.m. kitchen chat.
Yeah.
Epitomised in very thin.
That's it.
That's what you should have just said that.
I just should have said that. I was trying to be highbrow. Never be highbrow ever.
Not here though. We've had quite unbelievably in 40 odd episodes. 2 of them have been Wigan fans.
Oh really?
And I feel like they are the epitome of
definitely.
and they're pretty most celebrated for having a short era of being.
I think, but I think as well it's the FA Cup win as well, because like there's. But I think we're gonna probably closest to having all 11 players you would qualify. Yeah. But then I think it's the Portsmouth team there's a Portsmouth team I've seen where like where you go, you're hard pressed not to say all 11 of them. Yeah. Ooh. But then you look at like Borough's UEFA Cup final where we had where you're looking at there's most of them as well, like Emmanuel Pogatetz, what a player. So Pogatetz is a really good one because he's like someone who'd break his skull every other game, come out pissing blood, and then just go, I'm going again. Yeah, nutcase. No, yeah, nutcase is definitely a prerequisite, not a prerequisite, but a
qualifying factor.
But
I mentioned this to James as well, so I apologise for anyone listening who's heard this on yourself for repeating it. But when I had my stag do in Bulgaria, and there was 2 groups in a shooting range. First group went in. I was in the second group. We were sat in a bunker underground, really bored, nothing to do. So we started going through Premier League stats, top saves, top crosses. But I have to guess them all. And then we realised it was more fun guessing the people than it was getting it right. So we changed it into, I'll think of a category in my head, Bulgarian players. And you have no idea what the category is. You just keep guessing players. So the more random, the better. And then whenever you're right, you get a yes. So you'd get in Berbatov would be your first yes. Then we'd be like, yeah, come on, who is it?
Radistin Kishishev.
So if you said him in the first few guesses, but like I feel like that's what it is. It's that you just want to almost show off that you know this mad name and everyone else knows.
I don't know. I'm
not saying you're a show off. Sorry.
No. I think like with like the kitchen chat aspect to it, I don't think there's never I don't think it's a show off thing. I think it's a male bonding thing.
Oh well, yeah.
It's like, do you remember fucking Svetoslav Todorov? I do remember Svetoslav Todorov. Fuck me, I've not heard that. It's like, I've not heard that name in years.
Yeah, it's like when you bump into someone in the shop and they go, do you remember him from primary school? It's that feeling, but everyone shares it because you all like footy. So that's what
and
it is.
you like them.
yeah. And you're interested more, probably, as well. So, yes, I think to tap into that was perfect. So, what is the next big thing the Cultras podcast are going to come up with? Have you got a new thing, or are you going to keep playing on?
We've got it might be happening by the time. For 2 or 3 weeks. We're going to try. We're going to try and run another poll of we're going to do Gazpromsmen. So basically, no player who ever played for any English club, and we're going to go like who's the most Champions League player. So, but like you've got like it ranges a bit because we're going to have to put people like Neymar in, which is like but he is sort of very Champions League. But then you've got like Clarence Seedorf, Edgar Davids. Ooh,
nice, yeah. Gazprom. That's a scoop there.
Yeah, go look out for Gazpromsmen or Mastercardsmen, or it might be a bit more non-Russian sponsor friendly.
That's good. About said you've definitely done something very well that I think he's deserved more credit for. So definitely go and check his out. Because if you like this rubbish, you'll like that rubbish as well, the nicest way possible. And then I just want to also touch on the other side of what you do, which is your music. I've got a quote from you here that you said 2025 is the year of the Vulture. Would you agree with that?
Retracting that.
Can you explain what the music is you do?
Sort of like I don't know. It's punk rocky stuff-ish, sort of, yeah. If you like, I don't know. I don't like when people say, if you like this band, you'll like, well, a bit Idlesy, a bit. Like, if like Idols had like a Manx singer who couldn't really sing that much, but his mate could. So, Ash Palmer can actually sing. So, and he's in the band. So, you don't always have to listen to me. So, yeah, like Barrett and Doherty. But, yeah, me and him. But, yeah, it's sort of like punk stuff, politically stuff, but not all of it's political. You'll like it probably. Just listen to it. We've got 3,000 listeners the other day, so nice. There you go. Yeah, it's a milestone. It's still no one to pay any fucking attention.
Well, you've got, and is it true you also started doing a bit of stand-up comedy?
Oh no, that was years ago when I was like 16.
You haven't followed that through.
No, but I was like, I remember the reason I stopped was like, well, when I met Jamie when I was like 17, and he's going, oh yeah, I'm going to Newcastle tomorrow for 5 minutes, unpaid. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Fuck off. And I was never very good at it, and I didn't really like it that much. Like, I think I like more. I want to say what I want to say without sort of anybody getting involved. Just music. I can say what I want. I don't have to listen to your opinion. If you don't like it, just fuck off.
Well, that's comedy as well. But that's Jamie Hutchinson you're referring to there.
Yes, yeah.
You've done a few things with him as well. And he has similar Anorak-like knowledge of
actually.
football.
You reminded me. We've got a Barclaysmen pub quiz, Cultras, on the 4th of April at Liverpool Hot Water. There you go. Plug. Thank you. There you go. Tenner a pop. Come down.
Yeah, I think that's
right. Come out. Yeah. Come down. Okay. 4th of April. If we're out before the 4th of April. If not,
it's 3 weeks today. So whatever that is. What date are we on?
Just about. Yeah.
Perfect.
Come down.
If tickets are still available.
No, exactly.
They may be sold out by now.
They might be. Hey.
You hope so.
Well, they just buy one anyway. We'll just oversell
it, So, what's the plan for the future? Sorry, that's what I was going to ask you. Is comedy, although you don't do anymore, music, Cultures podcast. If one of them was to blow up and you became the number one person in the world for weird football stuff, for your music, you go back to comedy, or I don't know, what anything else you want to do in your life? What would you like to be the number one?
Well, maybe in a couple of weeks' time, it might be out. I've started to do. I've filmed a couple, I've not put them out yet, but like just of sort of political rant videos, so you might like them. So like, yeah, you probably won't like them. Because I've watched them. They're good. They're good enough. But yeah, I'm going to use. I've got Anorak political knowledge as well, so we put that to use instead of just whinging. And then so music sort of the. I'd like to be able to not have to arrange gigs myself. That's the aim now. The dream gets smaller every time. It's global domination. Somebody just book the gigs for us. That'll do. Yeah. But
so is that what you'd like to be known for, the music
yeah,
rather than the football stuff?
I think because. But we've got plenty of things planned with Cultras. We're going to start the going away days and stuff. But yeah, I'm happy either. If anything, just something so I don't have to go to work. Anything will do me. I don't care, provided I don't have to do telesales anymore. Yeah, that'll do me.
Well, I say to Shirley, I think the right person to come into this podcast, and if you like this type of stuff, definitely go and check Cultras podcast out.
There you go.
Yourself and James Allen both been on. I do appreciate it.
No, you're right, mate. You have to come on. You have to come on with us.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah.
There you go. We'll get you on.
Sorted. That's it.
There we go. Sorted.
But thank you very much. So, where can people reach you? What's the best way to do that?
So, at the Cultras, at the Ultras pod on everything. Vulture Authority. So Vulture Authority on Instagram. And everything. Vulture like the bird, Authority like what's written on your bins. And Fionn Viteza on Twitter, but just you'll find me. You'll find I trust your intelligence, which is a mistake. Well. Oh, there you go. There you go. It's always a mistake to trust the intelligence of the general public. But yeah, there you go. I trust you personally. Whoever's watching this, you. Everyone else can fuck off, but you're all right. Yeah.
Thanks very much. Not me. Thank you.
Not you.
Hey, yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It's been great fun.
Yeah, thank you everyone for listening and or watching
this
the Football Historian podcast.
Me talk shite. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we do. Thank you. Thank you.
Locking eyes from across the room, heart is pounding. What have I have to lose? This kind of feeling tends to blur your sight.